Folks, I'll be sharing my techniques and this technology at these upcoming spaces. Sure hope to meet you there. Good morning, everyone. Today's Thursday, October the 4th. This is the futures in 5. Taking a look at the ES, you can see where we're sitting in the upper part of last month's motion as we begin this month. So that implies essentially that we need to hold these levels to continue forward. So far, we are bouncing off of those edges of support. 29.12, 29.13, those are pretty important levels. They do dip below, but they also lift up. That's what we're going to be watching. Should we bounce into resistance? Yes. So where are we sitting? We're sitting right now chopping between 29.13 and 29.23. Wait for the edges to break right there, right? We've got employment numbers tomorrow, so we're probably going to be doing more of the same today, from support to resistance, back to support. Momentum is very sideways here, and we could drift into low volume pockets that sit well below that region. Stay alert. We're going to have some alert requirements today and in days moving forward. Let's take a look at these guys. Again, also looking at the prior month. This is not a breakout space. You can see what we're doing is retesting the thin volume profile event coming down into 76.12. Yesterday, holding 76.30 gave us the break. Today, it's lost that area. We're going to see it as resistance. Will it hold this edge? Maybe, maybe not. Likely to fade all the way back down into these deeper areas, 75.67, 75.86. There's a stair-step motion to look at. Put some alerts on there to see what the chart is doing. If we get up above 67.37, buyers are going to try to exercise some force to keep the chart going. As it looks right now, we've drifted into the body of motion that gave us the entire month of movement in September. So stair-stepping down into this region, fairly likely, just so long as we sit below 76.37. Let's take a look at the YM. The YM, also a mixed bag, but take a look at this prior month's profile. It's got monster pockets of noise. Big motion, thin volume, big motion, thin volume, big motion, thin volume. So all of these should fill in. Problem is, should doesn't matter, right? It is the market. And so what we are looking at is I'm holding the edge of this new frontline support. If I can't hold it, that number is going to be about 76,712. If we lose that area, first pass bounce ought to tell us where the selling action is, and we'll continue down into the same space. We're building a very jagged profile here with a ton of thin volume sitting right around this region. We could fill it in for a while and maybe hold these edges down here at 26,638 to 26,660. This one is moving very nicely. Of course, you can see me adding to my positions here as it bounces up to this side. I do believe this is a resistance zone, but it is only into support. That support action is going to give us motion to carry forward down into deeper support. This volume profile, again, very, very compacted right in this region and has got a lot of open spaces. If we take a look, we can see that everything has gapped into this area. So we really are very likely to come down here and fill in these spaces fairly dramatically. Lastly, we're going to take a look at these guys. Trying to hold the bottom. Whoopsie. Trying to hold the bottom here. Solid bounces. Look at the last month and see that what we're doing is we're still absolutely congested. Up here, we find sellers. We need to make sure that we fail to head lower before we take the short. And when we fail to head higher before we take the short. And when we fail to head lower, we think to ourselves, I probably ought to take some profit. Or if you're waiting for a bounce because you are a gold person and wants to really buy that bounce, then you're going to look at these edges and go, hey, listen, maybe I can hold the volume point of control from the prior month. That is an auction gap sitting right there. But if I come in through the space and hold it, as long as I sit above this 1200 area, I'm in pretty good shape to continue a bounce. This is a pretty important space, however. 1207, if I can't hold it, I'm likely trapped in the motion. All right, that's been the futures in 5. Good luck, and I'll see you all tomorrow.